and alone in the world. Walk with me in the gentle rain. Don't be afraid, I've a hand for your hand, and I will be your love for a while. I feel your tears as they fall on my cheek. They are warm like the gentle rain. Come, little one, you've got me in the world, and our love will be sweet, very sad, very sweet, like the gentle rain, like the gentle rain, like the gentle rain. Thank you.
We'll add the chicken later if we need to.
cute.
Split. She's gonna play the melody with you. She's gonna take a solo too.
Alright. You want to just play piano for this one? Sit there and contemplate.
Yeah, we need chords in a xylophone song.
You throw me that shit.
It's the octaves at the beginning of the piano. It's the octaves at the beginning. That's what that is. It is equinox next, right, girl?
It is. Carl's got the count.
Equinox.
Montano next. You're gonna have to use a drum. Pat.
Drumstick.
Wait,
What?
Hey,
Guerrero, you gotta use the
listen,
drumstick.
we're both taking solos. I do a little, you do a little, then you do a little. Okay, remember that. Two apiece, but separate. We're breaking them up.
You got anything to use on that? You got drum set?
I can do it with one hand if you want.
Okay, sound good? You do it hard. Just do it hard.
Okay, Eddie, you ready? Everybody know when to come in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Track quarter. It works every time. Just don't wear it down. It'll be worth.
Hang out with Eddie. I like hanging out with Eddie.
Watch that guitar.
Yeah. After he takes a solo, I'm a solo first for a few minutes. You follow for a bit, then I go again and you go again. Hey,
Trumpet's first, right?
hey, hey.
Trumpet's first.
Solo as long as I do. I'm solo.
Go.
Go.
Son Montuno. Everybody's got a thing, but some don't know how to handle it. Always reaching out in vain, but something things not worth having. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, mama. 'Cause I'll be standing on the side when you check it out. They say your style of life's a drag and that you must go other places. But just don't you feel too bad when you get fooled by smiling faces. Don't worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, mama. 'Cause I'll be standing on the side when you check it out. When you get off your trip, don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. They say all of life's a drag and that you must go other places. But just don't you feel too bad when you get fooled by smiling faces. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, mama. 'Cause I'll be standing on the side when you check it out. When you get off your trip, don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Yeah, don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Thank you.
You want? Yeah, play on it. Play on it. Go play, Paul. Paul, just do it. Play, Paul. Time is so old and love so brief. Love is pure gold and time a thief. Speak low when you speak love. Our summer day withers away too soon, too soon. Speak low when you speak love. Our moment is swift like ships adrift. We're swept away too soon. Speak low, darling, speak low. Love is a spark lost in the dark. Too soon, too soon. I feel wherever I go that tomorrow is near, tomorrow is here, and always too soon. Time is so old and love so brief. Love is pure gold and time a thief. We're late, darling, we're late. The curtain descends, everything ends. Too soon, too soon. I wait, darling, I wait. Will you speak low to me, speak love to me, and soon? Time is so old and love brief. Love is pure gold and time a thief. We're late, darling, we're late. The curtain descends, everything ends. Too soon, too soon. I wait, darling, I wait. Will you speak low to me, speak low to me, and soon speak low. Ooh, speak low, speak low. Speak love to me and soon.
Which one?
Chicken. We still got the chicken. Chicken.
Chicken? Chicken, yeah. Thanks.
You know,
Many money.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything, everything, everything gonna be alright. Oh, yeah. When I was a little girl, only 12 years old, I couldn't do nothing to save my doggone soul. My aunt told me the day I was grown, she said, sing the blues, child, sing it from now on. I'm a woman, oh yeah, I'm a woman, I'm a ball of fire. I'm a rushing wind. I'm a woman. I cut stone with a pen. I'm going down yonder beneath the hot, hot sun. Could do something for you that ain't never been done. I'ma hold back the lightning with the shake hands with the devil, make him crawl in the sand. I'm a woman, oh yeah, I'm a woman, I'm a ball of fire. I'm a woman, I know my stuff. I'm a woman, I ain't never had enough. Oh, I'm a woman. Oh, I'm a woman. Ooh. Oh, yeah.
And now back to soprano.
Somebody drop music all over the place.
Excuse me. Let me put this in front of you guys.
Welcome to Roane State Community College's commencement celebration for 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the posting of our national and state flags. Color Guard, please post the colors.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I would like to thank the Bowers Elementary School Color Guard and Harriman for posting our national and state colors. Would you join me in thanking them? I would also like to thank the Roane State Jazz Band under the direction of Harold Nagy and the Celebration Singers under the direction of Brenda Luigi for their musical performances. Would you also join me in thanking them? If you will remain standing, and gentlemen, if you will remove your hats for our invocation, Paul Phillips, the Executive Director of the Roane State Foundation, will now deliver our invocation for the evening.
Our almighty and merciful God, in whom we live and move and have our very being, we come to you with praise and thanksgiving for the blessings of this day and of this occasion. We rejoice with these graduates and their families and pray your continued blessings upon them as they commence a new chapter in their lives. We thank you, Heavenly Father, for the parents, spouses, children, and friends who helped these graduates achieve this day. We pray that the knowledge they have gained will give them confidence and competence in their chosen fields, and that a broad perspective of tolerance and understanding will result from their time spent here. As they take up new challenges, we pray that they will make us proud as they enjoy good and productive lives. Bless this school, its faculty and staff and leadership, that we all may continue to work together to deliver an education of quality and good reputation. May the desire to continue to learn and serve characterize all who partake of the Roane State experience. Grant us grace and forgiveness, temperance and compassion, patience and kindness, goodness and courage of conviction. Direct us in all our ways and keep us safe and secure in the knowledge of your everlasting love. We humbly pray, Amen.
Thank you very much, Paul. You may be seated. In 1871, this institution was created by the Tennessee legislature and was named after the second governor of the state of Tennessee, Mr. Archibald Roane. Now, prior to his election, Governor Roane made the Delaware River crossing with George Washington in 1776, and he was present at the surrender of Cornwallis at Yorktown. He was a member of the Tennessee State Constitutional Convention in 1796, and he was elected as governor of Tennessee and served in that capacity from 1801 through 1803. And during his term as governor, he served as trustee of Tennessee's first three colleges: Blount College, now the University of Tennessee at Knoxville, Greenville College, and Washington College. So it is very fitting that Roane State Community College is named after him. And on behalf of our faculty, our staff, and students, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to Roane State Community College's commencement ceremony for 2015. Thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Darrell Eastridge is the mace bearer tonight and led the faculty into our hall with our college mace. Darrell will begin post-retirement at the end of the 2014-2015 academic year. In addition, Sammy Mowry will also begin post-retirement at the end of the 2014-2015 academic year. Faculty retiring during the 2014-15 academic year include David Bell and Bruce Bourne in December of 2014, and Karen Orr and Ollie Nolan May of 2015. Those individuals I've just named, our post-retirement and retiring faculty, would you please stand and join me in recognizing them and honoring them. Thank you so much. Well, tonight we gather to celebrate and pay tribute to over 1,000 Roane State graduates who have reached a major milestone in their lives. I offer to each one of you here this evening and our congratulations for achieving your degree or certificate. We also extend our deepest appreciation to graduates who have served in the armed forces. They are wearing special red, white, and blue cords in recognition of their service to our country. And I would also ask if those folks would please stand right now. Thank you so much for your service and many congratulations to you. We are so pleased to honor you as our graduating class of 2015, and we welcome you into Roane State's alumni ranks. I encourage you to remain in contact with our alumni office to let us know of your accomplishments and your milestones. And we would like to share ways in which you can support future RSCC students as they work toward their degrees and their certificates. Now, while we consider each one of you our special guests, there are certain individuals who have joined us tonight who are worthy of special recognition. I would ask these individuals to please stand while I introduce you. First of all, please join me in welcoming Dr. Joe, our distinguished commencement speaker. Dr. Joe Johnson, of course, I will share more about in a moment before his address. Jake Childs is the recipient of the 2014-2015 President's Award. We also welcome our special guests, Dr. Johnson's wife, Pat, who has joined us this evening, and Jake's mother, Vicki. Please join me in welcoming our special guests. I would also like to introduce other members of the stage party that will participate in the commencement ceremony this evening, and I would ask them to please stand now as I call their names. On your right is Dr. Diane Ward, our Chief Academic Officer and Vice President for Student Learning. On the first row from your left, Ms. Melinda Hillman, who is Vice President for Institutional Advancement and Community Relations. Dr. George Magobgob, our Faculty Senate President. On the first row from your right, Dr. Michael Lehman, Dean of Allied Health Sciences. Dr. Patricia Jenkins, Dean of Nursing. Dr. Don Lanza, Dean of Social Science, Business, and Education. On the second row from your left, Dr. Myra Peavyhouse, Dean of Humanities. Dr. Marcus Pomper, Dean of Mathematics and Sciences. And on the second row from your right, Paul Phillips, again the Executive Director of the Roane State Foundation, and Daryl Eastridge, our Faculty Mace Bearer. Please join me in thanking and welcoming them. Again, tonight's commencement speaker is Dr. Joe Johnson. Dr. Johnson serves as President Emeritus of the University of Tennessee. He began his career at the University of Tennessee in 1958 as a research associate and instructor in the Department of Political Science. He left the university in 1960 to work in state government, serving as Deputy Commissioner of the Department of Finance and Administration, and later as Executive Assistant to Governor Buford Ellington. He returned then to UT in 1963 as Executive Assistant to President Andy Holt, and in 1970 was named Vice President of Development. Later that same year, he became Chancellor of the university's Health Science Center in Memphis. Dr. Johnson was named Executive Vice President in 1973 and became President of the University of Tennessee in 1991. After retiring in 1999 as President Emeritus, he continued to play an active role in development for UT, and in July 2003 was appointed to serve as interim president. In August 2004, Dr. Johnson returned to his role as President Emeritus. Dr. Johnson also serves on the Board of Directors for the Roane State Foundation, for which we are very grateful. He and his wife, Pat Pinkley Johnson, reside in Knoxville. They have 2 children, Kent Johnson and Kelly Johnson Harlan, and 2 grandsons, Tucker and Luke Harlan. And on a personal note, if I may say, it's an honor for me to share the stage with Dr. Joe, as we refer to him. Everyone in their lives has a professional hero whom they're trying to emulate. And I say this with all due respect to the wonderful presidents who serve. There is not a finer president who has ever served at any institution of higher education than Dr. Joe Johnson. And if I'm able to ever emulate half of the good things that he has done for students just like you, then I'll be doing well. Dr. Joe, thank you for joining us. Would you please welcome to the podium Dr. Joe Johnson.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate Dr. Whaley, President Whaley, thank you. And with what he said, I ought to say thank you for being here. It's been nice. I wish you well in your graduation, and I'll leave. But that might be a little too brief. I do appreciate President Whaley and all of his colleagues inviting me to be with you this evening. It is a point of celebration, and I am glad to be here. I congratulate you on choosing to come to Roane State University, Roane State Community College, and pursue programs in nursing and allied health. As a diabetic, I appreciate you folks a whole lot. Having gone off the interstate at 90 miles an hour with a blood sugar of 30, I really appreciate emergency technicians. I appreciate people who do physical therapy, nursing, radiologic technology, all those fields I do appreciate, and congratulate you on successfully completing your studies and qualifying for your degrees and your certificates. You chose a wonderful institution, an institution that is committed to serving this area and serving you in a unique way. I congratulate not only you, but your parents, your families, your husbands, your wives, your aunts and uncles, and relatives you don't even know you have. But I congratulate all of them. I really want to congratulate the faculty, the people who have stimulated, prodded, occasionally harassed you to cause you to be where you are tonight. We owe a lot to faculty because those people dedicate themselves to helping you achieve your goals in education and in life. So right now, I just want to make an observation. If I could be in much of command as my life as a person who was commanding the honor guard, I'd be ahead in the world. Have you ever heard such command of people? I mean, it wasn't may you say it, but that person laid it out on the line. And tonight, I'm going to talk a little bit about leadership, and that person has got leadership in command. Tonight, I want to talk about leadership. And my definition of leadership is very simple. There are books been written on leadership, servant leadership, page after page after page. As I talk about leadership tonight, a very simple definition. Leaders are those people who cause good things to happen and prevent unfortunate things from happening. Leaders set a wonderful example for others, those who are around them. And quite often, folks think leaders are people with titles, people with rank, people with big offices, big pay. You all are already leaders. You're in a unique category. You made a decision to enter Roane State. You are graduating with a certificate or a degree, and that puts you in a unique position, in a leadership role, and an opportunity to be an example to people. If you were my PT, you can be an example and cause me to do all those things. PTs are the meanest people God ever let walk on earth. I mean, they are merciless. But anyway, you have to be a leader for your patients, with your fellow workers, with people that are around you, in your families. So my definition of leader is not just the president of Roane State, or the president of the United States, or the governor, but it's everybody that's in a position to have an influence on others. In making my comments, I'll be very brief, because I know I'm between you and your degree, and you're sitting there, how long's that old fool gonna talk? Well, this old fool is 81 3/4 years, and I'm not gonna talk very long, okay? I make you a promise. I want to reference a boss I had named Dr. Andy Holt, an absolutely phenomenal leader. And he had about 3 principles of leadership. He said, if you want to be a leader, surround yourself with people who are smarter, harder working than you are. And as you enter your careers in the allied health areas, nursing, you will find that is very, very important. And then he said, once you do that, turn them loose. As he would say, let them fly like eagles. And that said, delegate, trust them, rely upon them. And then Dr. Andy would say, but check up on them. Whatever role you're in leadership, that you're heading a nursing team, a radiologic team, whatever it is, praise people, turn them loose, but your responsibility is to ensure they are doing what they are supposed to do. Second, I want to reference a fellow, I hate to admit this. I was in graduate school at the University of Alabama, and I'm very sorry about that, and I apologize. I don't mention that until I also went to the University of Kentucky, and that was even worse. But anyway, I was there, and I was assigned a book to read by a retired corporate executive, and he had 3 principles of leadership. By the way, that is 4 fingers, and I know that's 4. I said 3. I can count. If I put this finger, that would be correct, see? I left my finger in Oak Ridge. I didn't leave my love in Oak Ridge, but my finger in 1955. But anyway, Chester Barnard had 3 points about leadership. He said, number 1, Whatever your leadership role is, remember all the authority you have as a leader is bestowed upon you by those who work for you. That's a hard concept for a lot of folks to accept. I may have been president of the University of Tennessee, but my authority depended upon the people with whom and the people that I work with and work for me. And a lot of us never understand that. That means we've got to have a good relationship with all the people with whom we work. With whom we work. The surgeon in the operating room is not king. The nurses and the technicians are just as important as he or she is. Second point Barnard made is if you have to give many orders as a leader, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Because if you're not careful, if you're ordering people around, pretty soon they're going to wait for you to tell them what to do. And then all of you are in deep trouble. And his final one was, don't ever write a letter. Don't ever send an email. Don't Twitter. Don't tweet. Don't blog. All those crazy things we do these days. And his point was, don't do it in anger or aggravation. Because once you tell somebody off in a blog, in an email, in a letter, you sever a relationship which can never be fully restored. So remember, your authority depends upon those around you. You don't have to give many orders. And for crying out loud, don't send somebody in writing chewing them out and telling them how stupid and awful they are. If you got courage to do that, do it to their face. Not in an email. That's chicken. That's cowardly and not very helpful. Now, let me switch quickly and wrap up. I hate to admit this, I was in the Hess Winery in Napa Valley, California, in a gift shop. I obviously wasn't there to buy wine. If you're from Northwest Alabama, you don't drink wine. You drink something stronger. But anyway, so I was in looking at a little gift shop, and I picked up a book. And it was the advice and adages of Eastern European Yiddish Jewish grandmothers. Now, normally I wouldn't have bought that book, except the first thing I noticed said, if you're going to sin, enjoy it. Now, I'm not saying that to you all. That's not a part of leadership, okay? I know better than that, but that caught my eye. But there were about 4 or 5 principles these Eastern European grandmothers made that are worth listening to in leadership. Number 1, a meowing cat can't catch a mouse. Visual, how many of you got a cat? If it's meowing, can it catch a mouse? No, it just makes noise. The Yiddish grandmother was saying, get off the fence, shut up your mouth, and go to work. A meowing cat can't catch a mouse. Second one, if you stay at home, you will not wear out your shoes or accomplish anything else. The Yiddish grandmother is saying, get out of the house, get involved, do things that are good and productive and helpful. Once I made that comment in Chattanooga, and a lady who homeschooled 6 children came up and said, don't tell me I don't wear out my shoes if I stay at home. So I want to put that in. But we need to get out and be a part of the communities in which we live. Second, this one we've heard a lot. Go to bed with fleas and wake up, go to bed with dogs and wake up with fleas. Choose your associates carefully. That's very, very important in the workplace, at home, in the community. I do want to point out, my wife and I had the Ebony Duchess VI, an 80-pound black lab who slept in the room with us. An 80-pound black lab scratching at midnight is not very conducive to good sleep or excellent marital relationships. We dusted her, we dipped her, we sprayed her, and nothing worked. I called the dean of veterinary medicine, Mike Shires. I said, Mike, what do you do? He said, we've got 2 dog dermatologists and 1 dog psychiatrist. Bring her over and we'll take care of the problem. $295 later, she never scratched again. But if it's not the Ebony Duchess VI, be careful with whom you sleep because you might get fleas. So be careful with that. One old friend is better than two new ones. It's very important to have a group of friends, but have a group of friends that you know well and that you can trust implicitly to tell you what you need to know, what you may not want to hear. I don't say this in a bad kind of way. I've worked in administration for 43 years. I can count on my 9 fingers the people I can't trust 100%. That doesn't mean I distrust certain people. I know their weaknesses just as they know mine. So remember who brought you to the dance. One old friend is better than 2 new ones. 2 last comments on that. That the Yiddish grandmother said, a little charm is not, and you're not ordinary. Have a little charm and you're not ordinary. It's amazing what a smile, a pleasant demeanor can do. So those grandmothers said, have a little charm and you won't be ordinary. And then the final one, no answer is an answer. And I worry more about this one than anything we have in current modern day society. Most people today, too many of us, will not take a position on anything. If you say, what do you think about it? Oh, no. Or you face an ethical, honest issue, ethical issue, fairness issue, don't be quiet. Take a position. Stand for that which is right, legitimate, legal, and fair. Because that Jewish grandmother said, no answer is an answer. Finally, and these are just Joe Johnson's observations based on 43 years in administration. There are 3 short sentences that can take you a long way in whatever leadership role you're in, whether you're head of a 2-man crew, a 400-man crew or person crew. One is the short sentence, thank you. Thank you will take you a long way if it's sincerely delivered, because it says, I, Joe Johnson, recognize that you have done something for me and I thank you for it. If you worry about that one being around sometime, go to the Kroger store if it doesn't have an automatic door and hold the door open for 2 hours and see how many people say thank you. Not as many as should. So just remember, say thank you. The other one is very short, I am sorry. If sincerely delivered, I am sorry can take you a long, long, long way if sincerely delivered. And finally, I hear this one at my Chick-fil-A every morning. May I help you? And that one can go a long way. May I help you? Or as they would say in Alabama, can I help you? But I did come from Northwest Alabama. I know what can I help you means too. But if you can say, may I help you? Is there some way I can assist? Congratulations. You're a unique group. You came, you enrolled, you studied, you have succeeded. You're leaders. And I congratulate you, wish you well in whatever you do. And the next time I run off of an interstate at 90 miles an hour with a blood sugar of 30, I want to see you in the emergency room saying, may I help you, Mr. Johnson? Thank you all a whole lot.
Thank you so much, Dr. Johnson, for such an inspirational message. The challenge and the reminder that you provided, not only to the students but to all of us, is very, very memorable, and we appreciate it very, very much. I would now like to ask one of the graduating students, Mr. Jake Childs, to make a few remarks about the impact that Roane State has made on him while he's obtaining his academic degree and his goal. A mechanical engineering major from Kingston, Tennessee, and he is the son of Vicki Hensley, Roane State Associate Professor in a Radiologic Technology program. Jake plans to transfer to the University of Tennessee, Knoxville in the summer of 2015. Jake has worked as a peer tutor in the Learning Center for the past 2 years and has been honored as the Outstanding Learning Center Tutor for the Harriman campus for the spring semester. He is also an active member of Phi Theta Kappa, our honor society, and has represented Roane State on the All-Tennessee academic team. He also and currently serves as a Tennessee Achieves peer mentor and as a Tennessee Achieves ambassador. Would you welcome Jake Childs?
President Whaley, Vice President Ward, distinguished faculty, families, friends, and fellow graduates, good evening. When I began writing this speech, I knew that I wanted to write something interesting, inspiring, to my graduating class. Here at Roane State, our class is made up of a wide variety of backgrounds, experiences, and interests, and I thought, how could I write something that could be interesting, inspiring, and congratulatory without sounding too cliche or long-winded? And I think I figured it out, so bear with me. Now that we're all graduating and moving on, it's times like these where it's good to look back and see where we've been. I have to say that Roane State was the place where I realized my full potential, as I'm sure many of you have discovered as well. I learned the value of consistent study habits and learned that communication with faculty is instrumental to success. When I started Roane State, I didn't have the confidence I have today with my academic abilities. I came into Roane State unsure and lacking confidence in my math skills, and I had a few ideas about what my career could be. Becoming an engineer and mathematician was obviously not one of them at first, let alone tutoring in math. After getting a good start with and getting A's in all of my classes, I realized that I had the potential to continue on that path. And I wouldn't have been the successful math student I am today if I didn't reach out for the help that I needed. I would have to say that the Learning Center played a fundamental role in my success, and I realized that one day I would want to help others just as they had helped me. And it's this environment that Roane State provides that so many of us discover our passion and realize our dreams. We must also remember and acknowledge the people who have stood behind us and supported us by being there in whatever capacity we needed them to be in. This is their success as well. I would also like to give my thanks to all of the faculty and staff here at Roane State who've made Roane State a place where students can comfortably ask questions and receive answers. The instructors and professors that I had personally made the Roane State experience for me. I would love to name all 16 of you, but unfortunately, time will not allow. You know who you are, and I thank you for your time and commitment. And if there's one thing that I want to leave with you, is that don't let this be the end of your education. Whether you're now beginning your career or continuing on to another level of education, never stop learning. Always try to learn more about the curious world we all live in. Be open-minded to new ideas and conversations. Find something you're passionate about, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Because in the end, aren't these the goals of education? In the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. And so I would like to say congratulations to the graduating class of 2015. Thank you.
That's outstanding, Jake. Thank you so much for the words that you shared with us. At this time, Dr. Diane Ward, our Chief Academic Officer, will present the student awards.
Will the recipients of the 2015 4.0 Achievement Awards please stand when I call your name? Tamara Dawn Bradley. Lorraine Caro. Tammy Maria Carroll. Jake Allen Childs. Lisa Sue Coulson. Brandy Joan Hankins. Amy Jo Heron. Stephanie Jean Hinch. Brittany Elizabeth Rodenauer. Melissa Dawn Sliger. John Alexander Teeple. Please give a round of applause for our Academic Achievement Award winners.
At this time, Dr. George McGobgob, President of the Roane State College Faculty Senate, will come forward to present the 2014-2015 Ben Rowe Award that recognizes this year's outstanding faculty member.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening. It gives me great pleasure to be announcing the winner of the Ben Rowe Award. But before I do that, a little background on the Roane State Ben Rowe Award. The Roane State Ben Rowe Award is named in memory of a former teacher and principal, Sarah Ellen Ben Rowe. Mrs. Ben Rowe was a teacher and school principal in Ohio, encouraged her children and others around her to strive for excellence. The award includes a $1,000 cash prize and trip to the Great Teachers Seminar in Hawaii. The award is sponsored by the Roane State Foundation. Edward C. Bowder and Dr. and Mrs. John R. Sisk provided the initial Ben Rowe endowment. Mrs. Sisk is Sarah Ellen's Ben Rowe daughter. The recognition is made more prestigious by the fact that the winner is selected by his and her peers at the college. All right, our first finalist, Eagle, is Jala Daniel. Jala Daniel was born in Ann Arbor, Michigan, to a family of 6. She received her bachelor's degree in biochemistry and molecular biology from the College of Wooster in Wooster, Ohio. She worked in biomedical research for 1.5 years and then earned her master's degree from East Tennessee State University in biomedical sciences. For the past 6 years, she has worked assistant professor of biology at Roane State Community College, teaching general biology courses. During this time period, she has served as general biology coordinator and biology chair. She enjoys advising students, mentoring adjunct faculty, attending professional development conferences, and participating on the general education committee. Our second finalist, Melinda Gill, has been the director of the dental hygiene program at Roane State Community College for the past 3 years. She received her BSDH in dental hygiene education from the University of Southern Indiana and her MPA with specialization in organization development and health resources from Indiana State University. During her brief tenure, she conducted a complete accreditation self-study, coordinated a site visit, and received an excellent report with no citations. This outcome reflects her commitment to having a quality program for her students. Mrs. Gill has been instrumental in the development of the Roane State Community Dental Health as a mentorship program to help transition her students to private practice and provide dental care services to our community free of charge. She has expanded these parameters and added to the experience of her students by developing the new global perspective in health dental hygiene course this past year, in which the students will be traveling to Costa Rica. All right. Our third finalist, Julie Hall, is an associate professor and program director in the radiologic technology program at Roane State Community College. She is a first-generation college graduate who obtained an Associate of Applied Science degree in radiological technology from Roane State Community College. After her time at Roane State, Julie earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in biochemistry, molecular, and cellular biology, as well as a Master of Public Health degree from the University of Tennessee. She is currently in the dissertation phase of obtaining a doctorate from the University of Tennessee in educational psychology and research with a concentration in adult learning. Julie has published, presented on multiple national conferences, was recently selected by the profession's national credentialing agency to serve as an item writer for the licensing exam. Prior to higher education, she worked in radiology for approximately 15 years. And the winner is, yes, sir. Miss Jala Daniel.
Congratulations again to each of our nominees and to Jala Daniels, Assistant Professor of Biology, for being selected by your peers as the Benroe Award recipient and this year's Roane State Community College Outstanding Faculty Member. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Dr. Ward, please prepare the class of 2015 for graduation.
Will the candidates for the associate's degree or certificate please rise? President Whaley, these students have completed the requirements for the associate degree or certificate. On behalf of the faculty, it is my privilege to present them to you and ask that you confer upon them the appropriate degree.
Thank you, and by the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents and the state of Tennessee, I hereby confer upon you in each of your respective groups the associate degree or appropriate certificate with full privileges, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. You may move your tassels to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you officially for the first time the Roane State Community College class of 2015. Would you please come forward now to receive your degree or appropriate certificate?
Receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Nursing, Cody Edward Anderson. Cynthia Ann Billette. Glenn Brackett. Bridget Danielle Ross Carver. Ashley Nicole Canancer. Christopher Jordan Cotton. Deborah K. Draper. Randi Shalee Etheridge. Carrie Natasha Fwazi. Dylan Kevin Francisco. Janelle Christina Fuller. Bethany Paige Gilmore. Emily Sarah Glass. Shannon Marie Hewitt. Melissa D. Holloway. Sierra Rochelle Jackson. Cassie Michelle Kimberlin. Jennifer Marie Kitts, cum laude. Caitlin Brianne Lay. Jennifer Ann Leatham. Sarah Beth Massengill. Katie Denise McCullough, cum laude. Matthew Paul McGuire. Kathy Anna McMurray. Brandy Nicole McNally. Tess Corrine Milby. Kayla Elizabeth Miller. Ashley Ruth Mitchell. Joyce Carlene Mobley. Heather Lynn Neely. Victoria Carter New. Elena Pavanich. Christy Dawn Presley. Mason Heck. Sherry Lynn Redford. Donna Gwen Ross, U.S. Army. Barbara Ann Rowland. Jamie Lynn Russell. Hannah Elizabeth Rutherford. Russell Eugene Shuey Jr. Stephanie Lynn Sparks, and she's also receiving the Associate of Science. Stephanie Jean Squires. Tiffany S. Sweat. April Marie Thompson. Amanda Page Turner. Lori Michelle Ward. Emily Lynn Watts, cum laude. Jessica Paris White.
Following are receiving their degree in Allied Health Science, Caitlin Ann Chapman. Michaela Ann Dunaway. Donna Elaine Jackson is also receiving her Associate of Science degree. Marcia Annette McMahon, summa cum laude. Angela Dawn Miles. The following are receiving their Associate of Applied Science in Dental Hygiene. Jenny Alley. Bethany Ray Bryson. Lacey Darlene Carroll. Leslie Ann Griffith. Cindy Nicole Hamilton, cum laude. Heather Marie Henry. Stephanie Lynn Long. Barbara E. McCoy. Jessica M. Swanger, cum laude. The following are receiving their Associate of Applied Science and Health Information Technology. Felicia Dawn Anderson, magna cum laude. Shifali Athawali, summa cum laude. Tamara Dawn Bradley, summa cum laude. Tammy Carroll, summa cum laude. Susan F. Gardner, summa cum laude. Melissa Shivani Malakot. Karen Sue Mundy. Melissa Renee cum laude. Cassandra Dawn Sunstein cum laude. Christine Michelle Tipton cum laude. Rhonda Jean Trent, summa cum laude. Sherry Elizabeth West. The following are receiving their Associate of Applied Science and Occupational Therapy Assistant. Daniel Scott Kales. Katie Lauren Campbell. Lisa Sue Colson, summa cum laude. Tobina Mary Coulter. Jennifer Leanne Cravens. Teresa Suzette Fain, cum laude. Kelly Hudgens, cum laude. Jennifer Isham. Kristen Lee Jacobs. Ginger Lorraine. Rachel Asbury Lloyd. Joseph Michael Madron, U.S. Army. Ashley Jean Maples, cum laude. Sonia Renee Mobley. Marcia K. Rash. Sandra Lee Remington, magna cum laude. Janica K. Templeton. Nadia Usofa. Melanie Lynn Watson, summa cum laude, U.S. Air Force. Heather Marie Williams, magna cum laude. The following are receiving their Associate of Applied Science in Opticianry. Sarah Joanne Blackman, magna cum laude. Trista Ruth Christmas. Raquel Marie Dunham, also receiving an Associate of Applied Science in General Technology. Sarah Beth Fordham, cum laude. Crystal Ray Irene Griffiths. Sarah Alexandra Hall. Kyra Lachey Hamby, also receiving an Associate of Applied Science in General Technology. Megan Christine Jones, cum laude. Susanna Maria McCullough, receiving her Associate of Science degree. Kelly Marie Phillips, magna cum laude. Ryan Wesley Powers. Katrina Tess Satterfield. Shayla Kayan Shipwash. Jordan Danielle Smith, cum laude. The following are receiving their Associate of Applied Science and Physical Therapist Assistant. Andrew Allen Atkins, magna cum laude. Keith Allen Blake, cum laude. Patrick Nicholas Bowman, magna cum laude. Savannah Lynn Cox, summa cum laude. Amber Nicole Ellis, U.S. Army. Valerie Renee Foley, cum laude. Jody Michelle Heidel, magna cum laude. Olga McNeil. Kayla Nicole Plemons. Taylor Jordan Pratt, magna cum laude. Jesse Aaron Shelton. Stephanie Leanne Smith, magna cum laude. Emily Catherine Straquadine, magna cum laude. Kaylin Elizabeth Sullivan, cum laude. Amber May Lorraine Taylor, summa cum laude. Kimberly Denise Turpin, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Ann Weaselquist, summa cum laude. Mary Catherine Wright, summa cum laude. The following are receiving their Associate of Applied Science in Radiologic Technology. Benjamin Taylor Atherton, magna cum laude. Celia, magna cum laude. Debbie K. Carter. Anna A. Daly, magna cum laude. Savannah Brooke Delk. Jessica Renee Gibson, cum laude. Tanika Michelle Hobson, magna cum laude. Everett Earl McElveen II, magna cum laude. Lauren Renee Nellis, cum laude. Sorry, baby. Kayla Marie Palmer, magna cum laude. Paige Allen Payne, summa cum laude. Jessica Marie, magna cum laude. Kelsey Caitlin Simpson, summa cum laude. Morgan Paige Slavin, summa cum laude. Rebecca Brooke Tatum, magna cum laude. Caitlin Michaela Thacker, summa cum laude. Katie Ann Williams, cum laude. Heather Nicole Wilson, cum laude. Trudy A. Wilson, summa cum laude. Chambray Brooke York. The following are receiving their Associate of Applied Science in Respiratory Therapy Technology. Daniel Scott Cummings. Andrew Dalton Lewis. Amanda Ruth Murky. Ava C.T. Orsakowski. Ashley K. Rush. Daniel Shores. Christopher Edwin Smith. Chelsea Rebecca Troutman. Karen Marie Weinkoop. The following are receiving their certificate in diagnostic behavioral coding. Savannah Leanne Graham. Laura Margaret Livesey. The following are receiving their certificate in healthcare documentation specialist. Michelle Lynn Delk, also receiving her Associate of Applied Science in Allied Health Sciences. Following are receiving their certificate in massage therapy. Kaylee Ann Bargiel. Kara Leanne Rutherford. Blake Aaron Loy, also receiving his Associate of Science degree. Ashley Nicole Canant. Is that right? Jan Elizabeth Joyle. John Daniel Wiley. The following are receiving their certificate in pharmacy technician. Stevie Taylor Guffey. Mary Michelle Ladd. Caitlin Danielle Lloyd. Joshua Blake Williams. The following are receiving their certificate in polysomnography. Megan Elaine Ake. Rebecca Ruth Epperson, also receiving her Associate of Applied Science in Allied Health Sciences. Stephen Glenn Kuzney. Ashley Marie Martin. Brent Edward McCowan. Rachel Ann Lee Myers. Courtney Lynn Pritchett. Aubrey Renee Rossi, also receiving her Associate of Applied Science in Allied Health Sciences. The following are receiving their Associate of Applied Science in General Technology and a certificate in Mechatronics. Austin E. Keeling. The following are receiving their Associate of Applied Science in General Technology. Patricia Ann Lafferty. The following individuals receiving her Associate of Applied Science in Early Childhood Education. Melissa Ray Swanson.
Once again, would you join me in congratulating the graduating class of 2015? Now, we cannot end this evening without recognizing that each student has achieved a significant milestone in their lives, but as with any accomplishment, they have not done this alone. And perhaps most importantly, I expect that none of these graduates who received their degrees or certificates tonight did so without the support of their families and friends. So if you have played any role as a family member, as a friend, if you've offered a word of encouragement, if you've helped in any way to make it possible for these students to become our graduating class of 2015, would you please stand? And graduates, would you please join me in thanking them? As Dr. Johnson mentioned so appropriately, our faculty have challenged our graduates and have helped make it possible for them to learn and expand their educational horizons. So, graduating class of 2015, would you please join me in thanking our faculty members? And I would like to thank our faculty and staff who have worked so diligently to make this evening possible, including our graduation, ably chaired by Mrs. Catherine Rhodes, Dean of Student Academic Services. Thank you so much, Kathy. We are so very proud of you. We offer you our congratulations again. And ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony. Please stand as the stage party, the faculty, and the graduates exit the floor, and then refreshments are being served on the courtyard outside. Once again, our most sincere, heartfelt congratulations to you.